all-time meeting between these two clubs. More about the series history as we get going this afternoon. Malahay into the batter's box, the right-handed hitting second baseman, and now for the ball game. A first pitch, cut on and missed, and off we go this afternoon at 4:03, 71 degrees, beautiful skies here in Durham. LaHaye hitting 174 as we mentioned. He's knocked in one, spits on a ball low, and the count levels now at a ball and a strike. Noon, a fairly quick worker, has it and delivers another off-speed pitch line through the left side for a base hit. So LaHaye gets the first base hit and base runner of the ball game. Ryder's got the leadoff man aboard. And now Anthony Pascal, the center fielder, digging in. A look at the Blue Devils with the leather. Albright in left, Obie in center, Gracia over in right. Miller at third, Clark is the shortstop. Morris at second, Bravo holds the runner at first as that ball popped into shallow center field. Who wants it? A duo of Blue Devils are there, but it's the shortstop Clark who takes charge and makes the catch for the first out. Alex Stone in harness doing the catching for Duke today as the Blue Devils give the ball to left-hander Tim Noon, who off to a tremendous start in his Duke career. Last we saw Noon was a week ago today in that 28-2 win over Appalachian State. Noon worked 3 innings, gave up 1 hit, and struck out 6, throwing 46 pitches in that game in order to propel the Blue Devils to the win. Noon earning the victory in that game, his 3rd of the season. And look for a similar type start for Noon today. The 0-1, Scatini takes a ball inside, 1-1. Scatini hitting .257, a couple of home runs. He's knocked in 5. Runner at first as Scatini flips that one down the right field line, but it'll land foul into the vacant Ryder bullpen. Scatini, the senior out of Midland Park, New Jersey, has had a phenomenal career for Ryder, a team that reached the NCAA tournament a season ago. The 1-2, swing and a miss. Tied him up in knots with a breaking ball down and inside. And Noon gets his first strikeout. 2 down and brings up Luke Lesh, the first baseman. Lesh off to a .314 start with a home run and 4 knocked in. Talk about a guy who exploded onto the scene. The graduate student at a Gloucester Township in New Jersey. Had a phenomenal season a year ago. Named to the MAC All Tournament team. Played in all 57 games with 57 starts. Hit .269 with 20 extra base hits, which included 8 home runs. Takes a breaking ball strike here. One of those home runs came here against the Blue Devils late last season as Duke and Ryder played a little 2-game set. Man, they were competitive ball games. Here's the 1-strike pitch from Noon. That's off the plate away. Ryder actually won that game, one of the games last year, late last year in the month of May, on the strength of that home run by Luke Lesh. Here's the 1-1. Fastball misses low. 18 multi-hit games for Luke Lesh a year ago. Had 3 multi-hit games, including a pair of home runs in the MAC tournament. Socks that one down the left field line. That'll land fair and trickle into the corner. LaHaye on his way to third. He's getting the green light. Here's the relay throw from Wallace Clark. It is not in time. An RBI double for Luke Lesh. And it's Ryder on the board first. 1-0 in the first. So Lesh continues to be a thorn in the Blue Devils' side as he hits one down the left field line to drive in his 5th of the year. And Ryder takes the early 1-0 lead. Kyle Neareye digs in and looks at a pitch a little bit low. Ball 1. Neareye hitting .214 with 2 home runs and 2 knocked in. Swing and a miss there as the bottom dropped out of the curveball. 1-1. Ryder has 8 home runs as a team this year, a club that's hitting just .189 entering action today, but you wouldn't know it the way they've come out and been aggressive. Another good curveball for a strike. Noon out of the stretch. The 1-2. And that hit him right on the top of the shoes. The 3rd hit batsman for Noon this year. And now a little trouble afoot here with 2 men on and 2 men out, and a run already in for the Bronx. And it brings Jack Winsett to the plate. Winsett out of Voorhees, New Jersey, a graduate student. Was a key cog for that Rider team that made the NCAA tournament a year ago. Lines that one out to right field. Grassi got a late break. It'll foul in front of him. Lesh speeding around third. He will score, and it's runners at the corners for Rider and a 2-0 lead for the Bronx. So Winsett with his 3rd RBI of the season, didn't try and do too much. Neareye, who was going on contact, able to go first to third. And now the Bronx have something brewing here against Tim Noon in the top of the 1st inning with 2 runs already in. As that ball fouled away, strike 1. Joe Turoil, the DH, and the 7th man to hit this inning. Swinging strike on a good fastball. It's 0-2. Noon trying to limit the damage here in the top of the 1st. That ends the inning. A good breaking ball. Pair of strikeouts for Noon in the opening frame, but it is Winslow, Albright, and Clark, the lower third. They're facing sophomore right-hander Clayton Poley. Poley making his 5th appearance of the season, his first start, no record, and an ERA of 7.11. 6 earned runs and 8 hits allowed in 10 1/3 innings. 7 walks, 7 strikeouts, and a 195 average against. You see the numbers for Zach Morris this year, which includes the 7 home runs, which are tied for the team lead, and he takes a called strike to open up the last of the 1st inning. Morris takes a fastball high, and the count 2-2. 182nd career game for Zach Morris today, the VMI transfer. Poley ready with the 1-1, and that's in there for a strike, 1-2. John Byrne calling the balls and strikes this afternoon. Working with J.R. Brown at first. Eric Byram is at second. Mike Jarbo is the crew chief. He is over at third today. A ball and 2 strikes on Morris. Poley pitches and misses with a fastball down and away, 2-2. Poley named to the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference All-Rookie team a season ago. Worked in 22 games out of the bullpen, went 3-1 with a 4.12 ERA. 43 strikeouts and almost 44 innings. A wave and a miss there. Jamal Morris, they say, just got a piece to stay alive, 2-2. So today, the first career start for the right-hander, the sophomore, who made his college debut against Gardner Webb last year, allowing 1 run and 2 hits with 5 strikeouts to earn a win in the first game he threw in college. 2-2. Breaking ball right through there, strike 3. Big, slow, over-the-top curveball there. Morris down looking. Leadoff man is retired and brings Ben Miller to the plate. Good start for Poley. Miller trying to get things started for Duke. He, like Morris, tied for the team high with 7 home runs. Has the best batting average on the team as well, up near 500. First pitch on Miller is low, ball 1. Miller coming off a multi-hit game on Sunday against Wake Forest, went 2 for 4 in that big win for the Blue Devils to take the series from the then #1 team in the country. Here's the pitch. A wave and a miss, 1-1. But that's now the challenge for Duke, right? After the Blue Devils took 2 of 3 at Wake Forest, you come back home. You've been listening to how good you are from everybody, all the pundits. 1-1, that's slow. I got to focus in and get right back to work against a Rider team that, despite the slow start, certainly has a copious amount of talent left on the roster from a team that won a game in the NCAA tournament last year and nearly took down the Blue Devils. 2-1, right there at the knees, 2-2. Rider, you might remember, in the same regional as Duke down in Conway last season, Rider beating the National Seed Coastal Carolina in the first game of that Conway Regional, their first game of the Conway Regional. Here's the 2-2, and that's low. And then in the winner's bracket game, after Duke had dispatched UNCW earlier in the day, Rider nearly beat the Blue Devils to go 2-0 in that regional. But Duke able to earn the victory. Here's the 3-2, and that's fouled right there at home plate. Good job by Miller just to stay alive. Duke winning that game 2-1, getting a run in the top of the 9th inning on a sacrifice fly from Damon Lux, which brought home the winning run. Miller lines one to short, speared nicely by Gallagher for out number 2. Now Alex Stone, the catcher, coming up for Duke. And then the Blue Devils had to stave off a Rider rally in the bottom half of the 9th inning in that regional game last year. Fran O'Shell got a couple of big strikeouts in the 9th to earn the win and give the Blue Devils a 2-0 record. They went on to win that Conway Regional. Stone, an empty cut here, strike 1. Hallmark of the clubs of Dr. Barry Davis is playing really hard-nosed, good baseball, and that's what Rider doing again here today. The 0-1. Stone pops it a mile into the air, back of second base. Clay shielding his eyes and making the catch, and the Blue Devils down in order in the first inning with the Bronx ahead 2-0. Tim Noon going back to work. He didn't throw a ton of pitches in the first inning, only 20 pitches for Noon, but he gave up a couple of runs, and his team down 2-0 as Hartman with a 2.08 average climbs in. That one low, went back to the curveball and missed. 2 balls and no strikes. Hartman receives a strike, 2-1. Hartman in a second year for Rider. Lofts that one out to left field. Albright drifting over and makes the catch for out number 1. Brings up Will Gallagher, the sophomore shortstop. Gallagher off to a bit of a slow start. 2 for his first 22, although one of his 2 hits a double. 6 strikeouts and 22 at-bats. Takes a look at a strike. Gallagher playing in his 10th game of the year, his 9th start. Takes a curveball for strike 2. Noon back to the breaking ball, misses low. Gallagher played in 28 games last year, made 11 starts between second base and the mound. Rolls that one foul. Hit 175, 7 hits, 7 runs scored on the season. Had a couple multi-hit games. And takes a fastball high here. Noon out of the windup with the bases empty and 1 down. And then time called here. And time called by Gallagher, so that'll be denoted by John Byrne. Remember, only allowed so many timeouts. Another one of those pace of play initiatives, although it seems like it takes longer to jot down they call time than it does to actually call time and play on. That 2-2 pitch popped into right field. Gracia loses his cap, but makes the catch. Out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down, and the lineup turns over for Matt Lay, the second baseman. He singled and scored to start the ball game. Lay, a true freshman for Rider. Helped his high school team to a state championship in 2023. Named first team all-conference a couple of times. Third team All-South jersey, first team All-New Jersey, non-public. And he's behind in the count 0-2, but they say time. I believe they're going to call a quick pitch here on Noon, saying that the batter lay not set. So Chris Pollard, the Duke head coach, out to protest a bit here. Mike Jarbo, the crew chief, saunters down from third, but no harm, no foul. At least not yet. It's 0-1. So the swinging strike didn't happen. Well, they're going to call a ball there, I beg your pardon, on Noon. So it's 1 ball and 1 strike. There's a strike, 1-2. Noon way ahead, the 1-2. Fouled off the body of Lay. Noon ready to go again. Another 1-2. That ends the inning. Blew a fastball past him. Up in the zone at 88. Nice bounce back inning for Tim Noon as he retires the side. In order, we go to the last of the second. Still 2-0 Rider. Logan Bravo, who takes a first pitch. Low, ball 1. 15 pitches in the opening frame for Poley. Strikeout and a couple of ground out and a pop out. Bravo takes a strike. Evens the count now at 1-1. The pitch to the Harvard transfer is bouncing in and skipping away. 2-1 now. Bravo playing in his 124th career game today. This will be his 120th career start. Ahead in the count, 2-1, leading off the Duke second. Bravo pops it a mile into the air. And to the right side of the infield, the second baseman LaHaye makes the catch. That's 4 in a row retired to start the ball game. One down for A.J. Gracia. Gracia at .347 for this season, 5 home runs and 19 knocked in. First pitch on Gracia. Slow breaking ball in there, a strike, 0-1. Upstairs to even the count. Gracia, one of 2 guys that'll hit left-handed for the Blue Devils today. Wallace Clark will be a switch hitter. He bats 9th for the Blue Devils. Here's the 1-1. That bounces in. 2 balls and a strike. Poley's we were mentioning last year had a terrific rookie season named to the MAC All-Rookie team. 13 1/3 scoreless innings of baseball. That one bounced foul right side during the middle of the season. He didn't allow a run in 12 of his 22 outings last season. A nice high school career, MVP of the state championship game at Don Bosco Prep. Second team All-County, first team All-League, leading his team to that state title as a senior. 2-2 on Gracia. And Gracia takes a little bit low. Good fastball there. And a good eye by the Duke right fielder. Counts full. Gracia lines one to the right side and past the diving second baseman as Lay in the overshift there. Couldn't get it. Gracia beats the shift that time, and there's the first base runner for the Blue Devils. brings Devin Obie to the plate. We haven't run down the Rider defense yet. It'll be Neary in left, Pascal in center, Hartman over in right. Wins it at third, Gallagher the shortstop, lays at second, Lesh at first, and Scattini in harness doing the catching for the Bronx this afternoon. One man on, one man out. Here's Devin Obie, a .396 average as play begins on this Tuesday afternoon. And he sends the first pitch into shallow right field. Hartman over into foul ground, still drifting, and makes the catch just near that sidewall. So Duke aggressive early in the count today. 2 down, and it's up to the rookie DH, Macon Winslow. Albright takes a strike. New baseball for the right-hander, Poley. John Burton inspects that baseball and then just flips it aside. Saw a scuff mark perhaps on that. Runners at the corners, 2 men out. The right-hander out of the stretch, and a checking throw on Winslow, who is back to the bag. Rider, 2 runs in the top of the first inning if you're just joining us. RBI double by Luke Lesh, Jack Winston an RBI single. 2 guys that continue to have great careers for Rider. There's a big curveball that misses upstairs and levels the count. Poley was able to land those breaking balls a little more effectively in the first inning. Although it hasn't labored a whole lot here. A pop out to second, a fly out to right, and a couple of singles. Albright tardy on that one, and it's 1-2. The 1-2. Off to the right. Albright hanging tough. Wallace Clark would be next, but there are 2 men out in the inning. Outside there, missed with a fastball. Might have tried to overthrow that one just a touch. 2-2 now. Two and two on Albright. The runners lead. The pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Back to the off speed. The second strikeout for Poley as he strands a pair of runners on base. No runs for Duke. A couple of singles, and that is it for the Blue Devils. It'll be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters due up for the Bronx. And Anthony Pascal will lead things off. The sophomore out of Solon, Ohio. Nothing for 1 today. Popped out to the shortstop and is behind in the count here. 0-1. Good breaking ball in there for Noon, who threw 15 pitches last inning. He's at 35 so far for the game. They appeal at first. He went around on the check swing. And the count quickly 0-2. Noon, a quick worker, fires the 0-2 home. And that one looped into right center field and in front of Obie for a base hit. So Pascal with the base hit, leadoff man aboard. For Rider, it's their 4th hit already this afternoon. And it brings Brian Scattini to the plate. Scattini struck out swinging against Noon back in the first. As he swings and fouls the first pitch off, strike 1. Scattini's a senior. He's had a great career. Last year recorded his 100th career hit. It was a home run in a win against Niagara. Throw the runner at first, who's back. Scattini a season ago named to the 2nd team All-MAC. Led the team with a .313 batting average, 67 hits, 46 runs, and 49 runs batted in. Runner goes, pitches outside. Stone's throw is not in time. Eric Byram got in there to make sure, but a stolen base for Pascal. It's his first in 3 attempts. And now Ryder has an insurance runner at second base, and Scattini ahead in the count. Guy that handles the bat very, very well. Rolls that one toward the left side. Clark up with it and gets the out, but a productive out there. That's really good headsy baseball by Scattini. Saw that the infield was back and said, I'll just roll one over, get that man to third. And now a fly ball, a base hit, wild pitch, pass ball, really any number of things would bring that third run in for the Bronx. They lead 2-0, and they got a big power bat, and Luke Lesh digging in now. He doubled down the left field line his first time up, and comes up empty here, strike one. We were talking about Lesh and that big 2-run home run that he had against the Blue Devils last year. Takes one down and away. One ball, one strike. Noon pitches. Down and away.
That is very good indeed.
Lesh was 1 for 3 against the Blue Devils in the NCAA, 1 for 2 against the Blue Devils in the NCAA tournament. Rolls that one foul. Doubled, struck out, had a sacrifice fly, and walked. Two balls and 2 strikes on Lesh with a runner at third and 1 out. Noon is ready. He pauses, now brings it, and went inside and missed. 3-2. The 3-2, breaking ball, bounce up the first base line, foul. Kind of a swinging bunt there by Lesh. Just got enough of it to stay alive, and Pascal will have to head back to third. Bullpen activity for Duke, a left-hander up and tossing. The payoff pitch. Roll toward short. Clark will concede the run for the out. It's 3-0 Ryder as Lesh drives in his second of the game. So a lot of attaboys for Lesh as he returns to the first base dugout. Pascal scores, base is empty, 2 down. And Kyle Neareye digging in. Neareye walked, or was hit by a pitch I should say, his first time up. Takes a peek at a strike here. 0-1. 2 runs on 4 hits already for Ryder today as that one waved out and missed, 0-2. Blue Devils have a couple of hits, but so far not a whole lot to show offensively. Breaking ball popped up into right field. Gracia drifting back, has a read on it with the sunglasses on, and that retires the side. A leadoff single and a stolen base turns into a run for Ryder as they play Ryder as we go to the last of the third, and there's Wallace Clark, who will start things at the dish for the Blue Devils in the third. See the numbers on Clark, 324 average, 3 homers, 13 knocked in, but that doesn't tell the whole story. He has been phenomenal out of the 9 spot for Duke this year. First pitch to him, a breaking ball in there for a strike, 0-1. Here's the 1-strike pitch. That ball popped out into right field. Everything's kind of been that way so far this afternoon. Hartman tested again and nearly overran it, but makes the catch to retire the leadoff man for the 3rd straight frame. By my count, there's only been 1 ball hit to the left side today against Poli. And that was the line out by Miller to the shortstop in the first. Everything else has been to the right side. See if that changes as the Blue Devils start their second time through the order against Poley, as Morris takes a low strike. Didn't like that call, kind of cocked his head to the side. But John Burns said it was a strike, and his opinion the only one that matters. Rolled off the mound and into center field for a base hit. So Morris has the third Duke hit, a one-out base runner for the Blue Devils. And now Ben Miller. He lined out hard to the shortstop his first time up. Checking throw on Morris, who's 5 for 5 in stolen bases this year. Caught a strike on the pitch there. Miller behind in the count. Bullpen active for Duke. You wonder if that's the final inning for Noon in the third. Up over 50 pitches today. We'll see. Nobody up behind Poley, so they're going to ride him as long as they can, it appears. Infield at double play depth as that went off the outside corner. Miller, the Durham native, the Penn transfer, pitches a strike, though to second base, is in plenty of time. Did he hang on to the ball? He did. And Morris caught stealing for the first time this season. 2 down, base is empty, and the Blue Devils down to their last strike in this third inning. 1-2 on Miller. Trying to jolt the offense with 2 outs and 2 strikes. Poley pitches. Got him, and the inning is over. Another shutdown inning for Clayton Poley, who pitches around the 1-out single, the stolen base. Pound sophomore from Jameson, Pennsylvania, and he'll face the 6, 7, and 8 hitters in the order. Jack Winsett will start things for the Bronx, and the first pitch is low, ball 1. Winsett flipped a single out to right field his first time up to bring home the second run of the first inning. Weaver misses with a fastball, and it's 2-0. Tim Noon, 3 innings for the Blue Devils, 4 hits and 3 runs. They were all earned. Didn't walk anybody, had the 1-hit batsman. Had 3 strikeouts. That one's low, and threw 53 pitches, 35 of them were strikes. Weaver behind in the count, 3-0, and there's a fastball for a strike. So Noon on the short end of this one so far. Didn't pitch terribly, just some soft contact fell in. The only really hard hit ball was the double by Lesh in the first inning as Weaver misses with ball 4 outside. First walk issued by Duke pitching, so Winsett aboard for the second time today. And Joe Turoil will dig in. Turoil 0 for 1, struck out against the starter Noon. Takes the breaking ball for a strike. Last outing for Weaver came last week against Appalachian State in that 28-2 win for the Blue Devils. There's a called strike. 2/3 of an inning, 1 hit, couple of runs and 3 walks. Trying to get things going here this afternoon with 1 man on. Nobody out, the 0-2. Misses low. Back to the fastball that missed. Weaver did throw against Ryder last year. Started one of the games against the Bronx, 3 innings. Had 2 strikeouts. Swing and a miss, ball kicks away from Stone, but runner doesn't advance from first. Doyle can't move to first because the base was occupied. He strikes out for the second time today, and it brings up Eric Hartman. Now time called. Brady Kirkpatrick, the Duke pitching coach, on his way out. Need to go back and look to see. Side to right field. Shows bunt, takes a strike. Good fastball from Weaver at 97. Weaver looking for a ground ball. Instead, is way ahead, 2 strikes. Check swing, he went, says the home plate umpire. Strike 3. Second strikeout for Weaver. Gallagher down on strikes. And the lineup turns over for Matt Lay, the rookie, hitting leadoff for this Rider team. Two on, 2 out. And a breaking ball low. If your Jets joining us, Rider got 2 in the first. An RBI double from Lesh. RBI single by Winsett. Manufactured a run in the third with a leadoff single, a stolen base, and then a couple of ground outs. Called strike to even the count. Duke's not really threatened today. The Blue Devils had 2 on with 2 out in the second, but that was about it. 3 singles against the Rider right-hander. Clayton polling as Weaver misses low. 2 balls and a strike. Weaver ready with a 2-1. 3-1 now. And a walk would load the bases and bring Pascal to the plate. That is ball 4. Second walk of the inning. And now the base is loaded with 2 out for Pascal, who's already got a hit today. Pascal singled in his last at bat. He's also popped to the shortstop. Bases loaded, 2 out, and Weaver misses with a fastball inside. Nothing wrong with the velocity. That one at 94. Weaver has touched 97 this afternoon. 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and a single mixed in. The 1-0. That pops right in front of Stone. Runner breaking for home. Stone can't find it. It's a wild pitch, and a run is in. Stone blocked it high into the air. Weaver picked it up, and on first read wins it racing for home and scores to give Rider a 4-0 advantage. Hartman to third. Lay up to second. And a base hit brings home 2 more. And that one lined to short. Diving stop by Clark. From his knees, throws him out. Saving a couple of runs. Clark with a dazzling defensive play. The Big Boppers due up for the Blue Devils here, trying to get something going offensively as Duke trails 4-0. And only 3 hits for Duke this afternoon. Stone takes a strike, 0-1. Stone, as you can see there, nothing for 1. He popped out to the second baseman his first time up. Whips that one foul off to the right. 0-2. And you look at Stone's average, which today began at 224, and perhaps not overly impressed, but he's been hitting the ball right on the nose, just right at people. Just needs some to start falling. Stone whips that one out toward left center field, falling quickly, but a gliding catch by Pascal to make the catch. That's the case in point right there for Stone, who hit that ball right on the screws, but it hung up long enough for Pascal to glide over and make the catch. Stone continues to hit balls, but right at people. 1 down for Logan Bravo. Bravo popped out to the second baseman his first time and looks at a strike here, 0-1. What breeze there is, bit of a Zephyrian one today. Sways the flags, blowing them out here at the ballpark. As Bravo takes a strike, a good slurvy breaking ball there. I don't know that a slurve is the in vogue term anymore, more like a sweeper. But that was kind of a slurvy pitch. 2 strikes the count on Bravo. And he takes outside, good eye. Base is empty, 1 down. Ryder has scored in 3 of the 4 frames today. Poli pitches. Outside, 2-2. Neareye very deep in left. Rest of the outfield at regular depth. The 2-2 on Bravo. Foul toward the Duke dugout. Saw some bullpen activity for the Blue Devils. There's a left-hander up and tossing. Nobody up for Ryder, and why would you? Poli has been phenomenal. Has scattered 3 hits today, all singles. And the 2-2 on Bravo is high. Scattini tried to frame it and yank it down, but was up in the zone. Bravo has 8 walks on the year. Looking for his 9th here. Payoff pitch. And that is strike 3. Bravo thought it was outside. But Poli with another strikeout. His 4th. And it's up to A.J. Grassi if the Blue Devils will scratch in the 4th. Grassi has singled to right field his first time up. Trying to keep the inning alive. Out toward left center field. Who wants it? It's Pascal, the center fielder. And another 1-2-3 inning for Clayton Poli, who has been dazzling on the mound for Ryder. Hart working for the first time since last Tuesday against Appalachian State. Worked a 1/3 of an inning in that contest, and Hart ready to go to work here against Scattini. Nothing of 2 this afternoon, and Hart misses high. 1-0. Scattini has struck out today. He's grounded to the shortstop, trying to start things for the Bronx in the 5th. Hart pitches outside for a ball, 2-0. Hart, if you're wondering, did not face Ryder in any of the 3 games the 2 teams played a season ago. So his first career outing here against the Bronx. Behind 2-0 on Scattini, who takes ball 3. Aiden Weaver worked an inning for the Blue Devils. 1 hit, 1 run, couple of walks, a pair of strikeouts through 21 pitches. 3-0. Scattini trying to start the inning off right and takes ball 4. So the leadoff man aboard. That is the 4th time in 5 innings that Ryder's had the leadoff man on. And wouldn't you know it, every inning that they've had the leadoff man on, they've scored. Seems like the laws of baseball, doesn't it? Especially those leadoff walks. Here's Luke Lesh. 1 for 2 today with an RBI double and an RBI ground out. He takes inside here, ball 1. That's ball 2. 6 in a row have missed from Hart's left arm. And Brady Kirkpatrick on his way out for a chat. Trying to slow things down for Hart. With the Blue Devils down by 4. Nobody up in the bullpen, so this is just to calm things down a bit for Hart. 4-0 Ryder in the 5th. John Byrne doesn't waste a whole lot of time. Just as he gets about halfway to the hill, the meeting is adjourned. 2-0. Scattini at first, nobody out. There's a strike. Oh, not sure where that one missed. 3-1. Perhaps a little bit high. Now Lesh way ahead. And the 3-1 fouled. Right at home plate. Think they got a little bit of everybody. The hitter, the catcher, and the umpire. Three and two. Runner doesn't go. The payoff pitch is grounded through the left side. A base hit. He beat the shift. Racing toward third goes Scattini. There'll be runners at second and third and nobody out for Ryder in the fifth inning. Second double of the game for Lesh. Both of his doubles, he's gone the opposite way. And now Ryder really in business here, leading by 4. And Kyle Neareye digging in. Was hit by a pitch his first time up. There's a strike, 0-1. Upstairs. Two and one now on Neareye. A walk would load the bases. There is a right-hander up in the Duke bullpen. The pitch. Fouled right at home plate. It's 2-2. Hart is ready. The 2-2 to center field. Obi drifting back. This should be plenty deep to get the run home. Scattini tags. Throw comes back into the infield, and it's a 5-0 lead for Ryder in the fifth inning. Neareye with his third RBI of the year. Brings Jack Winsett to the plate. Well, the runner at second, one man out. Winsett walked his last time up. He's also singled home a run. Takes the ball low. Runner goes for third, pitches a strike. They pay very little attention to Lesh, who has his second stolen base of the year. He's now 90 feet away with one man out. And the Blue Devils going to play the infield back here in the top of the fifth inning, down by 5. Rolled over towards second. That'll get the job done. 6-0 Ryder on Winsett's second RBI of the day. Now, Joe Turoil digging in. Turoil 0 for 2 today. A couple of strikeouts. To the left side and through, a base hit. Third man to reach this inning. And the frame continues for Eric Hartman. Jimmy Romano, the new pitcher for the Blue Devils. Romano into his 6th game this year, 1-0 with a 1.59 ERA. 2 hits and 1 earned run over 5 2/3 innings. 9 strikeouts and 2 walks. Team's hitting just 105 against him, but he misses here on Hartman, ball 1. 1 man on, 2 men out, 2 men home for Ryder this inning. 6-0 lead for the Bronx. Checking throw on the runner at first, who again is back. In there for a strike, evens the count. Hartman had a single in his last at bat. He's also flied to left. To the right side and through, another base hit to second base, and hanging on there is Turoil. Hartman's working on a 2-hit day. And now Will Gallagher coming up. Gallagher 0 for 2. Fly to right and struck out. Takes low, ball 1. Inside. Gallagher having to jackknife out of the way of that one. 2-0. Blue Devils have been behind in the count a lot over the last couple of innings. There's a strike, 2-1. The 2-1. Evens the count, 2-2, and now Romano a pitch away. 2 more runs have scored this inning for the Bronx. They lead by 6. And Romano trying to retire the side. The pitch on Gallagher, and that will begin the merry-go-round. 3-2, 2 outs, both runners off with the pitch. And that's ball 4. Bases are loaded, and the lineup turns over for Matt Lay, the second baseman. Bases loaded, 2 out. Lay has singled and scored. He struck out and walked today. Grounds that one to third, knocked down by Miller. He throws to first and got him by half a step. Will Ryder ask for the review? They will. So hold the phone. Poley continues on for Ryder as we go to the last of the 5th inning with the Broncos, or the Bronx ahead 6-0, and it'll be Obi, Winslow, and Albright scheduled for Duke. Poley today has thrown 52 pitches over the first 4 innings of the game. And the first pitch is ripped to left field by Obi. There's a nice start for Duke. He'll get a base hit to start the 5th inning. So Obi aboard. Here's the aforementioned Macon Winslow. Obi collecting the 4th base hit for Duke today. They've all been singles. This is the first time Duke's had the leadoff man aboard all afternoon. Winslow takes inside. Roll toward short, could be 2. Gallagher to Lay for 1, on to first, 2, a double play. That is the 5th double play that Ryder has rolled this year. And for Duke, the 10th time they've hit into a double play this season. 2 down, here's Tyler Albright. Albright struck out swinging in his first at-bat. Takes a breaking ball outside. Poley has been phenomenal for the Bronx this afternoon. He's kept one of the best offenses in the ACC at bay through the first almost 5 full innings. Making his first career start this afternoon. Poley's 1-1, a little bit low. This is a heck of a way to have your first career start, isn't it? 27th career appearance, 1 career save that came earlier this year. And now the 2-1 from Poley. 3-1 on Albright. Albright out towards center field, but the ballpark will hold it. Will anybody get there? They won't. Albright on his way to second and in there with a double. Both Neary and Pascal were playing deep. Pascal playing very deep in center field, and Albright just put that one in play. It fell, and Duke's got life. A 2-out double from Albright brings Wallace Clark to the plate. That'll get the bullpen busy for Ryder, a right-hander tossing. Clark out toward left center. Pascal has a read on this one, and the side is retired. No runs for Duke in the frame, a couple of hits, including the 2-out double from Albright, but Duke can't do anything with it, and we go to the 6th with Ryder ahead, 6-0. Scored, and they have had at least 1 run cross in all but 1 inning so far today. They've had the leadoff man on in all of those frames. Higgins' first pitch is chopped foul at the third base line, strike 1. And in 2 of those innings, the 4th and the 5th, the runners were able to reach via a walk.
Here we go, here we go.
That one foul tipped into the catcher's mitt, strike 2. A little uncharacteristic for Duke today. 4 walks for the Blue Devil pitching staff, along with a hit batsman. So some free bases being given up by Duke today. The 0-2 misses. A team that had only walked 66 batters in 132 innings entering play this afternoon. Higgins out of the stretch. The right-hander is ready. And that's outside. This will be the second time Higgins has faced Ryder. He started the game against the Bronx last year. No decision. 3 innings, a hit and a run and a walk. A couple of strikeouts in that game. 2-2. Higgins to the plate. And that's ball 3. So a good at bat here by Pascal. He was behind in the count, 0-2. And he's battled back to fill up the count. Higgins hoping not to lose the leadoff man. Delivers a 3-2 pitch. And that's lined into center field. Obi will watch it fall in front of him. And again, the leadoff man aboard for Ryder. It's the 5th time in 6 innings they've had the leadoff man on. And the 4th consecutive inning they've had the leadoff man reach base. That brings Brian Scatini to the plate. 0 for 2 today, but he did walk and score a run earlier. Fist that one foul, about halfway up the netting. Higgins, the 5th different pitcher used by Duke today. Noon started. 3 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs. Weaver gave up a run in an inning. As that one grounded up the middle, could be 2. Morris feeds Clark for 1, and the Blue Devils turn the double play. Just what the doctor ordered there. It's the 3rd double play Duke has turned this year. That empties the bases. 2 men are down. And Luke Lesh digging in. A pair of doubles today and a pair of RBI as well. Higgins ready to go again. At the knees for a strike. The 0-2 to center field for Obi. He's there, and a scoreless inning for Higgins. Pitches around the leadoff single, the last of the 6th. Morris, Miller, and Stone dig it in. Morris, 1 of 2 this afternoon, singled in his last at-bat. And Poli pumps in a breaking ball that misses a little bit low. Poli has been phenomenal for Ryder today, the sophomore, in his first career start, 61 pitches, and has scattered 5 singles across the board. Morris out to shallow right field. Lay is back out. The right fielder Hartman is in to put it away. 1 out. Here's Ben Miller. He's lined to short and struck out. First pitch, a fastball skips in. Still some good life to the heater from Poli, who's not been overpowering today, but he has hit his spots. He's changed speeds, and it's been a very impressive display so far. Miller checks his swing, didn't go on appeal. Four strikeouts today and nary a walk for the right-hander. The 2-0. Miller takes a strike. As a matter of fact, Poli's only been to a 3-ball count 3 times today. The 2-1 on Miller evens the count. So Miller trying to keep the at-bat alive. Poli, who was behind in the count 2-0, has fought his way back and evened it up. And that's off the outside corner. The 4th 3-ball count for Poli today. There is a right-hander behind him, just in case. Base is empty. 1 man out. 3-2 pitch on Miller. Lunging for that one and able to fight it off. That was one of those borderline pitches that Miller probably was thinking, nah, this is too close to take. So he lives to fight another pitch. This will be pitch number 70 of the afternoon for Poli. And it's strikeout number 5. He gets Miller for the 2nd time this afternoon. And it's up to Alex Stone if Duke will push anything across in inning number 6. Stone takes outside ball 1. Stone has popped up a couple of times, once to second and once to center. Stone whips that one to left. Near eye back, over his head and up against the wall. Stone around first, thinking two, and is in with a sliding double. That's the second straight at bat that Stone has hit the ball hard. That time, a double. And a runner at second. 2 down for Logan Bravo. Nothing of 2 so far today. Stone, by the way, with his second double of the season. Bravo struck out looking his last time up. Takes a strike, 0-1. You wonder if this is the last batter for Poley. Although with a 6-run lead, you've got a little bit of a leash. We'll see. High. 1-1. Big swing and a miss by Bravo. Poley trying to get off the field in the 6th and preserve the shutout. The 1-2. Kind of had that breaking ball slip out of his hand there. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Went back to the curve and didn't have a whole lot on that one. Two. Got him! 6 shutout innings for Clayton Poley in his first career start. He is through 6 brilliant innings against Ryan Higgins, out for his 2nd inning of work. And Higgins misses with an off-speed pitch low. Near eye sacrifice fly in his last at-bat. Brought in one of the 2 Ryder runs in the 6th. Evens the count at a ball and a strike. Swing and a miss. Higgins goes back to the off-speed. Way ahead now, 1-2. Higgins pitches and misses high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Higgins coming set. The 2-2. On the outside corner, strike 3. That is the first Duke strikeout since the 4th inning. It's the first of the outing for Higgins, and the leadoff man retired ahead of Jack Winsett. Winsett today has singled home a run. He's walked and scored and grounded out, but drove in a run on that RBI ground out. Named to the All-Conway Regional Team a season ago. Started off 57 games, hit 289 for Ryder with 59 hits, 46 RBI. Had 10 extra base hits, with one of them last year being a home run. Loops that one out to center field. Obi twisting around, darting back, slowing now, and makes the gliding catch. 2 out. Two down. Brings Turoil to the plate. 1 out of 3 today with a single and a pair of strikeouts.
Good job, Higgs.
Same two teams tomorrow. Out toward left center, another chance for Obie, who ends the inning. It's a 1-2-3 frame for Ryan Higgins, and it's time to stretch in Durham. We invite there for the Bronx. 77 pitches today. He scattered 6 hits and misses inside on Gracia, ball 1. Gracia has one of the 6 Duke hits today, a single back in the second. Pulled foul. 6-9-0 for Ryder, 0-6-0 for Duke. Airless baseball both ways. The Bronx have left 7. Duke has stranded 4. Here's the 1-1 from Poli. Foul down the left field line. Gracia got a hanger there, but couldn't do a whole lot with it. 1-2. Poli ready. The 1-2. Evens the count. Obie will follow, and then Winslow. Ryder with 2 in the first, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth, and 2 in the fifth. The 2-2 pitch on Gracia. That fills up the count. Duke had the leadoff man on in the 5th inning for the only time today, but that was erased via double play ball. Now the 3-2 is chopped to the right side. Lesh at first will take care of it himself. 1 out. A lot of encouraging words from that Ryder dugout. Nobody throwing behind Poli as Devin Obie digging in. He had that base hit back in the 5th. Breaking ball, misses. Not sure where, but it did. Ball 1. Another really good curveball from Poli. Lined foul. Obie missed a double by an eyelash there. Little humpback floater that just landed foul. Nobody up in the Duke bullpen, so it looks like it'll be Ryan Higgins who will come back out for the 8th. Higgins has had a couple of good innings for the Blue Devils. The offense trying to get something going with 1 out in the 7th. Outside there, 2-1. Right-hander beginning to soft toss in the bullpen. And it's not like the pitch count's been inordinate at all for the right-hander Poli. In the mid-80s right now. Obie to left field, another base hit. So Obie a 2-hit game. And it brings Macon Winslow to the plate. Winslow has singled and hit into a double play. And now Lee Lipinski, Casey Auburn, one of the assistants for Ryder on their way out. And you wonder if this is the end of the line here for Poli. Right-hander appears to be getting closer. Certainly feel like Poli's earned the opportunity to keep going, but we'll see what the Bronx want to do here. Poli approaching 90 pitches here. In his first career start. Well, stick with him. 1 on, 1 out. Infield at double play depth against Winslow. Strike 1. Outside, fastball misses, evens the count. That one misses as well, 2-1. Scatini thought that was a strike. He got it back to the pitcher quickly, but was called a ball. Now a hitter's count for Winslow, 2-1. Out into right field. Hartman says he's got it. And he does. 2 out. Two down, runner at first, and Tyler Albright is the batter. Albright doubled in his last at bat. Also struck out. Obi inching from first, probably not going anywhere, down 6. 0-2 on Albright. And look at Poli, 1 strike away from 7 shutout innings. In his first career start. Poli ready. The 2-strike pitch on Albright. 7 brilliant innings for the sophomore. In his first ever start, he is dazzling this afternoon. He gives his team a 6-0 lead through 7 innings. Trying to keep it right where it's at. Ryder leading by 6th. Higgins got a 1-2-3 7th inning and starts the 8th with a strike. Eric Hartman today, 2 out of 3. A couple of singles for the left-handed hitting right fielder. There's a strike, 0-2. And you wonder, after 7 innings, Poli could be coming back out for the 8th. Nobody up in that Ryder bullpen yet. Fouled straight back. Hartman stays alive. But Poli, certainly the story today. He has kept the 6th ranked team in the country very much off balance at 95 pitches. Has scattered 7 hits today. 2-strike pitch from Higgins. That nearly hit him. The 1-2. Got him swinging. Second strikeout for Higgins. Leadoff man gone for the 2nd straight inning. And now Will Gallagher. Gallagher today has flied to right, struck out, and walked. So 0 for 2 officially. There's a strike. Gallagher, the number 9 hitter in the order. In the last of the 8th, Duke will have Clark, Morris, and Miller, 9, 1, and 2 due up. And Ryder will be up by at least 6 runs, so you do have a little bit of wiggle room. And it would be Poli who eventually in that inning would face the top of the order for a 4th time. So we'll see how Dr. Barry Davis and his staff elect to play it as Higgins misses with ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Higgins pitches. Fouled away. Same two teams tomorrow afternoon will get the proceedings going at 4 o'clock. Duke in the midst of a 6-game homestand that begins today. Breaking ball rolled over the mound, out towards second base. Charging is Morris and gets his man. Nice play. Duke was in the overshift there. Morris was the only player that was going to be able to get to that one and makes it look easy. 2 out. Matt Lay digging in. Single and a walk today. He's also struck out. First pitch misses low. Ryan Higgins has given Duke a big shot in the arm today. Came in and really stabilized the game in the 6th inning. There's a strike to even the count. It's been the longest outing of the year for Higgins. Perhaps his best outing of the season as well. Longest doesn't always equate to best, but this was a really good outing for Higgins this afternoon as he's a strike away from getting off the field here with no damage allowed. The 1-2. Fastball missed. Higgins ready to go again. The 2-2 to the left side. Big hop for Miller, who throws corner to corner and retires the side. Another 3 up, 3 down inning continues in his first career start. First pitch on Clark is taken for strike 1. That over-the-top curveball there has a not quite a 12-6 to it, but it's pretty over the top. Able to drop it in. He's pitched really effectively off of that curveball today. Another one right in there, 0-2. So he doubles up on the off speed and now very much ahead of Clark. 6 strikeouts today for Poley. The right-hander throws and up and in there, 1-2. Right-hander getting loose in the Duke bullpen. The 1-2. That's low. So Clark's battled his way back and even up the count. The 2-2. That's ball 3. Now the payoff pitch due on Wallace Clark. Strike 3 called. Clark thought it was outside. 7 strikeouts for Poley. He struck out as many today as he has all year. And the lineup turns over for Zach Morris. 1 out of 3. How about Poley today? Man, he has been terrific for Ryder. Whistled foul off the bat of Morris. Strike 1. Rolled foul. 0-2 the count on Morris. Poley way ahead. And misses outside here. A ball and 2 strikes. Base is empty, 1 out in the Duke 8th. Poley delivers. Ground ball right side and past the diving lay into right field. A base hit. Here's Ben Miller. Miller, nothing of 3 today with a couple of strikeouts. First pitch on Miller, a wave and a miss. To the left side, speared by Winsick, goes to second for 1, and the turn for 2. What a... And now Pascal digs in, 2 out of 4 this afternoon. Takes ball 1 low. Pascal singled back in the 6th. That was the only man to reach against Higgins. He was promptly erased on a double play ball. That's inside, 2 balls and no strikes. O'Shell drops in a breaking ball, 2-1. Talked about it a little bit earlier, but O'Shell did pitch against this Rider Ball Club a year ago. Threw in a couple of games against Rider. Swinging a little fly ball out into right center field. OB puts it away. O'Shell, of course, earning the win in the winner's bracket game of the Conway Regional last year. Overall last year, 2 innings. Pardon me, 3 innings. No hits or runs, 2 walks and 6 strikeouts. He faced 11 batters. Scatini the batter now. Roll towards short for Clark, who's up with it for out number 2. Here's Luke Lesh. What a outing that was for O'Shell that Saturday night in Conway last year. Able to get that big strikeout to preserve the lead for the Blue Devils. O'Shell had a nice outing last weekend against Wake Forest. 2 innings, a hit, and 4 strikeouts. If he can get Lesh here, it would be back-to-back terrific outings for Fran. He's making his 34th career appearance this afternoon. The 1-0. Off to the left and out of play. In the 9th inning for Duke, the Blue Devils will have 3, 4, and 5. Against, it appears, Poley. O'Shell ready with the 1-1. Backs him up off the inside corner. O'Shell ready with the 2-1. Low, 3-1. Lesh has had another big game. A couple of doubles today, a pair of RBI as well. Trying to reach for the 3rd time. O'Shell trying to battle back. That's a swing and a miss. Three and 2. O'Shell to the plate. Got him. And the inning is over. A 1-2-3 frame for O'Shell. And we go to the last of the ninth. Final licks for the Blue Devils with Ryder ahead. Poley does not get the complete game, but he's brilliant today in his first career start. 8 innings, 8 hits, and 8 strikeouts. No runs or walks through 107 pitches, and 69 of those 107 went for strikes. That was a terrific outing for a young man making his first career start. He should feel very proud of himself and the work that he did for his club today. Alex Stone digging in a 1-ball, 1-strike count as the Blue Devils down to their last 3 outs. That's outside. Barely. 2-1. Matone misses with that over-the-top curveball, and it's 3-1. Stone 1 for 3 with a double today. And that to right field and fair, tumbling into the corner. Stone on his way to second with his second double of the day. Now Stone, I thought for a moment, had a notion to go to third, but he will hang on there. Maybe if you're Stone, this is a day that can get you going. A couple of doubles using all fields. Has hit the ball hard 3 times. Harrison Rogers will come on to run for Stone. Now Logan Bravo digging in. Bravo takes upstairs, ball 1. Bravo, nothing of 3 today with a couple of strikeouts. Bravo to center field. That's down a base hit. Rogers to third, and we'll stop there. So a double and a single for Duke in the 9th have opened things up for the Blue Devils. Long way to go, but you got to start stringing hits together. Here's A.J. Gracia. Gracia a single back in the 2nd. Now time called, and a mound visit here used by Scatini, the catcher. There's a left-hander up in the bullpen for Ryder. And you wonder with Gracia, the lefty, if this is just to buy a couple of extra minutes for that left-hander. And indeed, it is. Dr. Barry Davis on his way out, and they will go left on left here against Gracia. So a new pitcher coming in. We'll tell you who it is when we come back. Anything you want. He's had about double the at-bats against right-handed pitchers than he has against left-handed pitchers, so the sample size is a little small. But nonetheless, we'll see what the matchups tell us here with runners at the corners, nobody out, and Duke down by 6 in the 9th. Gracia 1 for 3 with a single. He's also popped out and grounded out. Gracia takes down and away, ball 1. Young, the left-hander, pitches. Breaking ball, a strike on a thick outside corner, 1-1. The 1-1. Gracia takes low, 2-1. Two balls and a strike. The pitch is outside. 3-1. The runners lead. The 3-1. That's a strike. So the count full on Gracia. Two on, nobody out. Duke down 6 in the 9th. That one grounded right side and through. A base hit. Scoring is Rogers. And it's now a 6-1 lead for Rider. So the move to go left on left does not pay off. Gracia with his 20th RBI of the year. And the inning continues now for Devin Obie, who's 2 out of 3. So 6-1, Blue Devils down 5, need to keep stringing some offense together. Obie takes low. Obie takes one that kicks away from the catcher. Both runners advance on the wild pitch. So now the double play is out of order, and a base hit from Obie would score 2. Runners at second and third. Still nobody out. Duke trying to mount a rally in the 9th. A strike on Obie. It's 2-1. Two and one. Obie with a big swing and a miss. Tried to hit that one way out of here, but it's 2-2. A base hit cuts the lead in half for Rider and keeps the merry-go-round moving. 2-2. Young out of the stretch. Fouled away. Obie just got a piece. 2-2 with the runners leading. Rolled over left side. This will get a run home as that one bounced to first, but a nice play by Lesh. Obie with his 17th RBI of the year. Rider will definitely trade runs and bases for outs. That's the first out of the inning. It also closes the line on Maton, who faces 2 batters, gives up a double and a single. Both men score. Now a runner at second, 1 man out. And Winslow, the batter, 1 out of 3. Rolled into a double play. Back in the 5th, he's also singled and flied to right. And comes up empty here, strike 1. Off the outside corner and low. Duke still needs 2 more base runners to bring the tying run to the plate. Oh, a nice play there on the railing of the Duke dugout. Remember, the coaching staff there's just snagging that one. Now 1-2 on Winslow. Fouled off to the right to stay alive. at second. One down in the ninth, Duke down 4. And Winslow comes up empty. Ryder an out away from their second win of the season and knocking off number 6 Duke. And Andrew Yu will pinch hit. Yu pinch hitting for Albright, who was 1 for 3. Yu 6 for 15 on the year, 2 doubles and a home run, and 5 knocked in. Takes upstairs, ball 1. Ground ball to second base. This should do it. Lay up with it. And Ryder with the win.